Okay. Lesson 5.2, bank reconciliation. We're going to complete a bank statement reconciliation and record and journalize a bank service charge. So every month, the bank needs to send out a statement. A bank statement is a report of deposits, withdrawals, and bank balances sent to a depositor by a bank. It varies what time of the month you're going to get it. Depends on the account, depends on the bank. I get mine every month on about the 19th or 20th. Okay, some will do it the first of the month. It just kind of depends on the bank. But it's going to be a summary of everything that happened with the checking account. Okay, now once a check that has been paid by the bank, that check is then canceled, so it can't be reused again. Now, a bank reconciliation statement, usually these come on the back of the statement. Otherwise, there might be forms that we're going to use. But what we want to do with a reconciliation is we got to make sure that what we have in our checkbook ends up matching what happens with the statement. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is restart the date that we're going to do the statement, do the reconciliation. Then we write the check stub balance. So we looked at check 14. Our balance on that account is $2,622. Okay. Then we're going to look at our statement, and we saw that we had a service charge. And there's a service charge of $25. We don't know about that service charge until we get our bank statement. So we haven't recorded that. So we have to deduct that from our check balance. Okay. That was the only thing that was on there that we didn't have. So what we do next is we write that, we total this here, we write that number here. Then we're going to take our our check stub balance minus the $25, and we now have a new balance of $2,597. Then we go look at our statement. Okay, we see that on our bank statement we have a balance there of $32.92, and you see those two do not match. When we're done with this reconciliation, we're going to make sure it matches. Okay, then what we do is we look through all of our deposits, and we look at the deposits on our check stubs, and we compare that to the statement. If they're not on the statement, those deposits are considered outstanding. They haven't made it to the bank yet. We just kind of say they're outstanding. You kind of picture they're standing outside waiting to go into the bank. Okay, so we had one deposit here on the 31st of January for $685 that was in our checkbook but not on the statement. If we had more, we'd add those up and put that total here. Now with deposits, we're going to add it to the bank statement. So we get a new subtotal of $39.77. And you see these still do not match. So the next thing we're going to do is go through our check stubs and find any checks that we have written that are not on our statement. And again, those checks are considered to be outstanding. They haven't made it into the bank yet. Okay, so we found 3. Check 11 for $35, 12 for $800, and 13 for $545. We write those down, we add them up, and we put that total right here. Okay, since they're checks, we need to subtract it from this subtotal. So when we subtract, we get a new balance of $2,597. That's our adjusted bank balance. If we compare that to our adjusted check stub balance, they now equal. That's what we want. If they don't equal, we need to go figure out why. Okay. Then the next thing is we have to record that service charge on our stub. So we go to the next unused stub. We write service charge $25. If there are others, we'd add those on here as well. Then we put the total right here in the amount column. Then we subtract 25 in this case from our previous balance. So we get $25.97. And we put it here and we stop since we haven't written this check yet. Next thing is we have to journalize this statement. So January 31st, received a bank statement showing January bank service charge of $25. Memorandum number 3. So again, this is probably going to be a miscellaneous expense. So we're going to debit miscellaneous expense $25 and credit cash $25. So we write the date in the date column. We write the debit account title, miscellaneous expense, and the debit amount of $25. Then in the next line, we indent. We put the credit, in this case cash, and credit $25. And according to the book, the last thing we do is we write the memorandum number in the document number. Then just like any other transaction, we would post